Well, hello and welcome to Movie News. It is Thursday. Hi, I'm John. I'm here to speak about movie news on my lonesome. Stephen has taken a day off, as he always does on a Thursday, so I'm here on my lonesome to speak about some interesting movie news. And coming up first is a movie we were speaking about just last night. It's The Conjuring 3. I says last night that I wasn't even going to watch a trailer for this movie. I didn't want it spoiled. And fast forward a day, it's come out, the trailer, and what we've learnt is that you can't listen to me or trust me. I'm a snake in the grass, and if I have an opportunity to shoehorn into the actual show, then I will fucking speak about the trailer, about The Conjuring 3, and that's certainly what I'm doing. This was a movie that yesterday gave an R rating for violent imagery and disturbing imagery and violence. That's what it gave an R rating for. Hi there, how you doing? I can't even read the name. I do apologise. I'm as blind as a bat. You will have to bear with me when I'm trying to read comments, especially at that size on that monitor, a 4K monitor. The print is like that. My eyesight just can't see it. I do apologise. But look, man, getting right into it, there's numerous things going on with The Conjuring 3 today. We have had a trailer out. We've had someone close to the production out speak. It's the director, Michael Chavez, and he's been speaking about the direction of this movie and how it is stepping away from the haunted house motif, as they say on this website, which is cbr.com. I have 3 different articles opened up regarding this movie, and I'll get into every single one of them. One of them is opened up specifically just to show the images that have been dropped and sort of conjunction, for a lack of a better word, with the trailer. But look, this is what Michael's had to say. They're moving away from the haunted house vibe, which we have had in the first 2 movies. Of course, the first one was set in a strange sort of Amityville setup. The second one was set in Yorkshire. A big fan of you from South India. Well, welcome in. I know it's very, very late over in India. It's probably about 4 or 5 in the morning, so I do appreciate you coming in and watching. I don't know what's going on with that, incidentally. I don't know why I'm away over at the side. I will endeavour to sort that out right now. There we go. That's better. Fucking shambles of a show. The OBS is acting up on me early on, but I've sorted it, so it's absolutely fine. Welcome in. I do appreciate you coming in to watch me. I'm going to be speaking about Vijay Sethupathi later on in the show, and another movie of his which has been delayed. Or not delayed, it's just skipping theatres and going straight to on-demand VOD, which is a shame because I love Vijay. I think he's a great guy, a great actor, and I want to see his movies doing good business and him having a very successful career. But look, this is what Michael Chavez has had to say about The Conjuring 3. He's had this to say, and I'm going to try and read the quote off the monitor for a change instead of off of my iPad because it's positioned a little bit better. This is really taking the Warrens into uncharted places. Being a fan of the franchise, I was honestly really nervous at first, breaking with convention, breaking with a lot of things that are tradition, but I think that what we've done is really woven the language and the things that you want from a Conjuring film, the scares, the Warrens, their relationships, and push them to the limits in this really fresh and exciting new direction. That's great news for me. And I haven't seen, there's the intro again, haven't seen the trailer. It is a refreshing change. To have a movie not grow stale, to have it keep reaping benefits at the box office and artistic benefits from the fans, you need to freshen it up every now and again. Hello Mike, welcome in. You have to do something different with the movie. You have to change the setting, and that's what they're doing. And James Wan's not directing it this time, it's Michael. So there's multiple layers of interest for me, intrigue regarding this movie. Can it be as good as the first 2? Can Michael Chavez step into the very big shoes of James Wan? And can this movie be a success at the box office? I'm very excited for this. I spoke about it last night. The fact it's got an R rating is very, very exciting. I like to see my horror movies being dark, being twisted, being disturbing. And by all accounts, we're going to get that in this movie. It's full to the brim with disturbing imagery. And you see some images here. Look at that. Doesn't that just look amazing? That artistic little wide shot of this guy silhouetted in this window in a very dark room. We have here some strange creature. Don't know who she is. And there he is. There's Mr. Warren himself, Patrick Wilson, who is just fandabidozy, as we like to see in Glasgow, in this role. We have Vera Farmiga in the trailer, going in a very dark place. She's tipping into that sort of psychic side of herself again, going into a dark place. She's nearly getting dragged off of a cliff at the end of it. And another tremendous shot released here of the house, of this silhouette in the window of, I presume, one of the wardens looking at it. An amazing shot, puts me in mind of that Kevin Bacon movie that came out earlier last year. It went straight to VOD. There was a shot of him standing in the window of the house, and it was a similar vibe. So all in all, I'm very, very, very excited about this movie. The rating's there. The trailer's got me very intrigued. And I've got another article up here, and I don't really know what the article's about and why I've even brought it. It's about the fucking trailer. That's what it's about. The trailer that I've been speaking about for the last 2 minutes. It was a great trailer.
Battery low.
Oh, battery low again. I hope you don't hear that. It's coming from my headset, which is always low. Don't buy a Corsair headset, ever. I bought a Corsair Virtuoso headset, and it's just consistently low in battery. It doesn't matter how much I charge it. So stay away from those headsets. If you're even intrigued about Corsair, fucking leave it as it is and go and buy another headset, a Sennheiser or something. But I'm getting sidetracked here. The trailer came out. I was happy about it. It's built the suspense, the intrigue for this movie. I hope it's not gave away all of the good points, because that's always that difficult balancing act that you have with these horror movies, trying to give just enough away to keep the audience intrigued, to bring in new fans, but at the same time not spoil the whole movie. And I think they will have got the balance just right, and I'm excited about it, man. I cannot wait to see the movie. I loved the first two. They were dynamite. James Wan is an absolute maverick, and I'm just looking forward to seeing Frank, what the fuck am I talking about? Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga coming back once again. This is going to be a profanity-laden show, I can tell you that right now. When I start swearing this early, it usually continues for the rest of the show. So if you're a sensitive soul that doesn't like hearing swear words, I would advise you to leave, because it's only going to go downhill from this point onwards, I must say. I'll do my best to not, but here's the next topic. I'm moving on swiftly to A Quiet Place 2. One great horror franchise to another budding horror franchise. This one is starring a guy who I absolutely adore as an actor, the great Cillian Murphy from the Republic of Ireland. An underrated actor for me. Not enough people speak about this guy in the manner in which they should, which is absolutely getting down and kissing his feet and worshipping this guy as one of the best actors of his generation. He's been in a variety of different roles. Thomas Shelby in Peaky Blinders, he was in Inception. He's been in just about every kind of role you can possibly imagine, playing FBI agents and everything. And he is starring in A Quiet Place 2, and he's doing his best to try and replace the big figure that is John Krasinski. And he's got a job in his hands, I have to say. Swear away, I will certainly endeavour to swear away. Look, we spoke about this the other day, me and Stephen. We are from Glasgow. Glaswegians were voted the worst swearers in the whole of the United Kingdom. I think something like 115 words per 1,000 are a swear word. So we're prolific with the swearing. I try to hold it in on these shows. I try to come across as a little bit more articulate, eloquent. But I like a good swear word, man, when I'm not on the shows. I do. One of our most famous producers, Billy Connolly, a great comedian, always used to do a bit where he says, "There's nothing quite like fuck off or fuck off," he hinted, is the famous thing he says. So I'll follow in Billy's footsteps. He was a great man. He's still a great man, but sadly he's withered compared to what it was in the 1970s and 80s. But look, man, let's move on to A Quiet Place 2. They are speculating on the box office performance of this movie. The opening weekend, they're suggesting, could be as high as $30 to $50 million. They are currently slating this movie to still come out on Memorial Day, I think that is over in the States, in May. And look, this could work out very nicely for this movie, because over here in the United Kingdom, we are opening things up big time. England is already opened. Scotland is opening up very, very soon indeed. The theatres will be opening over here. There will be a wave of film fans desperate to go to a theatre again. A huge proportion of the population have been vaccinated, double vaccinated. I've not yet been vaccinated, but I don't give a fuck because I've had the virus and it doesn't scare me. So they'll be willing to go into theatres to watch some good movies. And look, A Quiet Place 1 was a fantastic horror movie, one of my best theatre experiences, going to see that, just so quiet. And it was really intelligently crafted. It did something different with the horror genre. Krasinski is a great director and he's only just started. And what he done with Blunt and the little deaf girl, also their daughter, it was a really, really smart screenplay. And I loved the way it just flowed across the screen from the very get-go in that little store. The kid getting stole away with the alien, it was just magnificent. So they have got a real real issue trying to better that movie. But by all accounts, it is the box office pro who are quite established and respected at gauging box office numbers. They have says that it could potentially gross between $30 to $50 million. Now that may be a little bit high, because you do look at the way the likes of Godzilla vs Kong and stuff like that have performed, and they've not quite, I mean, it did do well, it done well internationally, but it didn't do well in the States, and the theatres weren't opened over here, so it'll be very intriguing to see how it hits. You probably would fit in Boston. Lol, go Patriots, much better than my Falcons. I love the Patriots, man. I've been following American football since the early 2000s. In fact, it was 2001, after the September 11th tragedy. I watched my first Super Bowl, and it was of course the Patriots who won that year. It was Tom Terrific's very first win, first of many, and I followed Tom even after he left the Pats. I love him, so I was supporting him as he played in the last Super Bowl and won it with the Buccaneers. I love the Patriots, I love the Celtics. I'm a Celtic man, football over here, and I just love Shamrock and Ireland and stuff like that, so I naturally flowed into the Boston Celtics. But I'm a bit of a glory hunter when it comes to the basketball as well. I did like Michael Jordan growing up, so I like the Bulls, I like the Celtics, and I love the Patriots. I just love Boston. It's a great city, man. It just seems like the natural twin to Glasgow over here. It's just got that energy, that sort of punk energy, that aggression. They've got a way about them, the Bostonians, and I love it, man. It just fits perfectly with us here. I love it, man. They're like the Scottish versions of the Scots in America. That's the best way I can describe it. I'm going off in one. I'm fucking gibbering already. It's dangerous. Needless to say, I am very, very excited about A Quiet Place 2. I don't even know when it's coming out. It's coming out in May, I just says it. But is it coming out in May over here? Time will tell. I cannot wait to see. If it is opened up here, the theatres that is, and I get the chance to go in and watch it, I will certainly endeavour to do so, because it was a great, great movie, and I love Emily Blunt. I think she's absolutely superb. And as I says, Killian's in there, so that's good enough for me. But look, I'm not going to overstay my welcome. I've got plenty of topics to speak about on the show tonight. It'll be interesting to see if COVID halts the box office sort of early success for this movie, because I don't know what the state of play is over in the United States. Are they still vaccinating? Lord knows. I don't know. Maybe someone can tell me if they're in the States. Can you tell me, Mike? Are they vaccinating like hell over there? Is Joe doing his job? Is Biden, Sleepy Joe, managing to rattle the vaccines out? I'm sure Donald will he'll be claiming that it was all his doing anyway, because he's what he call it, the Trump scene or some shit like that. What was it he wanted to call it? He wanted to change the name of vaccines. Fucking, I'm not getting into that, but I'll move on, man. Luke Evans and James Bond. Look, of course, COVID has halted the progress of James Bond coming out, No Time to Die, for a good year or so. It was supposed to come out last year. It got delayed to November. It got delayed again, and I think it's been delayed again. It's 3 different delays to this movie. What's this? I got my second one. I got my second shot. Well, lucky you, man. Good to hear that. I just love seeing people getting vaccinated. I wish you all the best. Hopefully you don't have side effects or anything like that. I presume you've got the better vaccines. You've not got the shitey AstraZeneca one we've got over here. You have Pfizer and whatever other ones you've got over there. You have the good vaccines over there, because I know the States is sort of hoarding the vaccines, much to the annoyance of Canada. Well, tough shit, I say to Canada. Trudeau should have, is it Trudeau? That's what his name is, isn't it? The Prime Minister of Canada. He shouldn't have been such a little treacherous bitch towards the States when the Tango Man, as I like to call him, was in, because it's coming home to roost now. Tough shit. I don't really care about Canada. Doesn't really matter to me. All of the actors are in America, and as I'm speaking about movie news, and it's a thing I do on a weekly basis, I just give a fuck about America and those actors getting vaccinated and getting back to movies. That's what I'm all about. But I wish you all the best, Mike, with that one. But look, yeah, Luke Evans, he's been coming out, he's been speaking about the rumoured new James Bond. We've had a myriad of different names tossed against the wall. It'll be interesting to see which one sticks. Will it be Henry Golding? Will it be that black guy that everyone was going after, whose name completely eludes me at the moment? Will it be Luke Evans? Time will tell. I'll get into it in a moment. He has a quote. The state of Georgia is open to vaccines 16 and up since of March. Yes, I got Pfizer. There you go. You get the good one. The new technology. The one that's messenger. NRA or RNA, whatever it is. This fancy one. We've got the traditional ape shit over here. We are not opened up. We are just opening up, man, to I think 40-year-olds or something just now, so we are miles away. I've probably got another 2 months or so. I'm in my early 30s. Sadly, I wish I was in my 20s. I've got a long way still to go. But as I says, I've had the virus. I don't give a shit. It's all good. But this is what Lukey Boy's had to say. Yes, I'm calling him Lukey Boy. I don't know Luke Evans, but I know him as an actor. And I think he'd be absolutely perfect as James Bond. And what I already says why he'd be perfect in a different light, and I'll get into that in a moment. That's just what I had to say. I think I've cut my teeth very well in movies. I've done, and I've enjoyed every second of it. You have done very well. You've done great as Gaston in that Beauty and the Beast remake. And of course, he played Bard. Was it Bard? In The Hobbit. The guy that slayed Smaug. And he was very good in that as well. It's a phenomenal job, a phenomenal franchise, an incredible role. I have to say though, it's daunting. A daunting task for any actor to play the role after Daniel Craig. Come on. He's not the best Bond. Sean Connery was the best Bond. Craig was okay, man. Come on, fuck. He's a little bit better than Pierce Brosnan, but it's not a hard job, man, to do it after Daniel. Give me a break. No one knows what's happening. It's a very secretive process and it's a wonderful role. I would jump at the chance, as would many actors in my position, so we shall see. It will be an exciting casting moment for the Bond production, and I wish whoever gets it the best of luck. As do I. I just wish they'd get on with it, really, because it's taking forever. We know they're waiting until No Time to Die has come out and done its business before they then announce the next Bond, which is why I've been pissed off about it getting delayed again. I just wish that Amazon or Netflix had bought it up for the 500 million or whatever it was they were trying to sell it for, and we'd had it out. Then we could have a casting of the latest Bond done and dusted already. Look, I'd love Luke Evans to get James Bond. I think he's Welsh. But not only that, it would shake it up. I'd just love to see the Bond fans getting their knickers in a twist because, of course, Luke Evans is a gay man. And I'd love to see James Bond being gay. I'd love to see how that would just rile all of the traditional fan base. I just as the little troll within me, I'd like to just sit back and watch them all self-destructing. But look, man, he's a great actor. That aside, he would do a dynamite job. We know he can wear a suit well. He's polished. He's well-spoken. He would be a great Bond. And he's done action before. In my Den of Nerds community, we have people from all over the world, and we have Canadians. Well, they want the vaccine. I hope the whole world gets it soon. I think they will, man. I think they will. It's just self-preservation, isn't it, really, from the States? They want to look after themselves, and you can't blame them. They have to get back to business. We all know what the States is like. It's not a great setup, is it, for workers and stuff like that? They've not got great rights. The healthcare is extortionate. So if they get them back out working and the economy ticking, then the whole world will benefit from it. The United States are a huge influence in the western side of the world. And Canada has better healthcare anyway. They're a little liberal country, so I'm sure they'll get a shot at some point. I don't care. Britain's vaccinating at a crazy rate, so I really give a shit about. Hopefully India, though. Having said that, we've got a huge Indian community. I hope to hell they're all right over there because they are getting a second wave. And it's looking really serious over there. I'll get into that at the end because it's impacting on an Indian actor, Vijay Sethupathiy's role. I wish them all the best over there. I've got a good friend who's Indian from Hyderabad. I hope he's not there now. I hope he's still in Saudi Arabia. I've not spoke to him in a while. I'm very excited about the 6th and final episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, as am I. Oh my god, I cannot wait, man. Sadly, I have to wait till middle of tomorrow to watch it. I just don't get up that early to watch it. But I cannot wait. In fact, I may get up early. I woke up very early to see WandaVision. That was my excitement. I cannot wait to see Sam Wilson putting on that Captain America suit that Bucky has gave him from the Wakandans. Because I know it is a Captain America suit. I just cannot wait to see the episode. I think it's been an amazing show. Once again, it's not quite been WandaVision good, but it's been very, very good. And Wyatt Russell as US Agent, I hope he doesn't die. I love that guy, man. I love how he's just getting destroyed by fans, people giving him threats and all of that. These idiots don't realise he's an actor. I cannot wait to see how it goes. I just hope Wyatt Russell gets saved by Sam or something, sees sense, and he survives to see another day. He's a very intriguing character. He's not Captain America, but he can be something else. Bond fans have to open their minds. They do. Yes, they're stuck 50 years ago. The way they treat women and stuff and like that, or stuff like that. I think it's Lysana something, the black character who's playing she's playing 007 at the start of the movie. Lysana Lynch, I think. They'll not be happy about that either. I know they won't. But look, man, there's a whole array of different potential actors could come in and portray James Bond. I mean, I'm still personally rooting for a Richard Madden or a Sam Heughan because I'm Scottish, and the greatest James Bond to ever live was Scottish, Sean Connery, working class guy from Edinburgh, and a good Celtic man as well before he turned the dike in the 1990s. So I love Sean Connery, and I think he was the best Bond, and I want to see a Scotsman playing the role once again. I know Sam is very vocal about wanting a Scotsman to play James Bond again, but I'm not fussed. I'm not the biggest Bond fan in the world. If it's Idris Elba, if it's Henry Golding, if it's Luke Evans, I don't really give a fuck. I just want to see James Bond getting recast and we move on, because the time's ticking, man. And I'm getting bored of Daniel Craig. And I like Daniel Craig, but I'm getting bored of him. I will see the 6th episode at 3 AM. Oh, listen, see if it was up. If it was out at that time over here, I would be watching it. I stay up to 4 AM every night, man. I would sit and watch that and get tore into a protein shake after doing my back workout, man. I'd stay up to Tughlaq. I'd be watching it, man. It's well worth it. Moving on though, speaking about crazy fans, you don't get much crazier than the Marvel fans. That is not the correct topic, incidentally. It's not telepathy. I will quickly change that. I don't know why that's not working. We'll quickly do a little hunt on the OBS. 4, is this it? That's not it. That's Luke Evans. There we go. Nope, it's still saying telepathy. I don't know what the fuck's going on here. Let's go in very, very quickly. This is a shambles. There we go. There you go. There's the topic now. Some Marvel fans want Iron Man to return. They have went the lengths to actually rent a billboard to campaign for the return of Iron Man in the MCU. That's my opinion on that, man. No. But we'll get into it. I'm absolutely certain. Sean Connery is the GOAT. He is, man. He was a great, great guy. Tragic what happened to that dude. Obviously having the dementia and stuff like that, but he had a great life. And sadly, that's just the way it is these days. A lot of people are getting it, so... My grandfather had it, my great uncle had it, so I'm well aware of it, what it's all about. But look, man, I don't even know if it's working here. I've not even got the OBS opened. I'm quite concerned there's nothing happening in YouTube, incidentally. It's saying there's a poor connection or some shit like that, which is absolute nonsense. There shouldn't be a poor connection. I've got an 8500 bitrate on this. It should be fucking perfect. But look, I digress. This is it, man. I'll bring it up. There you go. There's a tweet. Billboard is up in LA. Bring back Tony Stark to life. Tony deserves to come back and get a happy ending with his family. Well, I thought he's ended. Well, it's a cool billboard, don't get me wrong, it is. It's brilliant. I like the way they've done the Marvel Studios bring back thing, but it's not going to happen, is it? I'll tell you why it's not going to happen. I'm just going to cut this article off immediately. It's not going to happen because Tony, aka Robert Downey, because I just call him Tony now because he's sort of symbiotic with that guy, that character. He doesn't want to come back. He's done with it. He spoke about it many times. I'm not saying he can't make a cameo at some point, maybe a little flashback or something, but he says he's done with it, man. He's wanting to do something different. By all accounts, he's shooting Sherlock Holmes just now, finally, hopefully with Jude Law. It's not going to be Guy Ritchie, but I'm happy nonetheless because that was a great character he played. He doesn't want it. It doesn't make sense in the story. We've moved on from that Infinity Saga, and he had a great ending. He had a happy ending. I thought, well, it wasn't happy. I mean, he died tragically. Fuck's sake, he was hanging together. But it was the perfect ending for this character, and it would be besmirched if you go back and sully it by bringing him back to life. We always slag Marvel off, Disney off, the fake universe, cinematic universe, the fake death cinematic universe, I should say. How shit would it be if you bring back the greatest sacrifice in the cinematic universe to date? This guy was selfish, self-absorbed, masturbatory guy. He lived for himself, he found love, he had a daughter, he evolved through 11 years of storytelling to the point where he sacrificed everything that he held dear to him to bring back half the universe. I thought it was a perfect ending for the character. Look, I've got the fucking shield behind me. I want to see Captain America coming back at some point, but I'm kind of the same with that. I would quite like him to just go off into the sunset. That character is done as well. He's had his moment, and I don't want them to bring him back for the sake of bringing him back as well. These guys were Titanic in that Infinity Saga, and if there's no need to bring it back, if it's not sensible to the story, just don't do it. I understand they're wanting him back because he was the godfather of that whole thing. He was the guy, the glue that was holding them all together, but he's away now, and we just have to lean on the likes of Tom Holland, who's another amazing character. Spider-Man is one of the great comic book characters. He's been wronged to date. He's been a little bitch, needing help off of Stark, getting held up by the female characters. This guy's got God-given ability. He's a great character. I think RDG will be sprinkled in some projects, maybe even a hologram, but I understand if RDG wants to do something else. Exactly. Look, man, look, I've said before, if you can bring him back, there's ways to do it. The way you can bring this guy back is making him a Jarvis-like AI. We can do it through multiverse. Maybe Doctor Strange visits another verse with Wanda, bumps into a version of, I don't know, Iron Man, who is assimilated into a suit or something like that. That's the way you can bring him back. He's an AI. he's not technically the same character, but he's voicing the character, and he's not really there. That could be a way to bring him back. But personally, I don't want to see him coming back, man. I just think he's done. He was a great character, but he served his purpose. He sacrificed himself for the greater good. Bring his little daughter in. Make her Iron Laddie or whatever the fuck they call it. There's ways you can do it, man. And I'd be more inclined to actually use other characters and do something intriguing with them. But look, we're going to move on, man, to the penultimate topic. I can't even speak. It's getting that far into the show now. This is the point where I start to have mini strokes and stuff like that and slur my words. I'm going to quickly search something up here, man. I'll try anyway. MCU. I'll try and search this without bringing something up that I don't want to come up, which is the scene change. I'll just go like that. There you go. I've got my scene changes mapped to enter on the keyboard. What a silly boy I am. It's Russell Crowe. By all accounts, he has let the cat out the bag that he's going to be playing Zeus in the up-and-coming Thor Love and Thunder. We've got a comment here. I can't see it. Oh, it's actually Stephen in with the Movie Burners account. So there you go. I got my hopes built up there with another comment. It's just Stephen. Welcome in, Stephen. Yeah, I just searched up to see if Zeus was a figure in the actual comics. Well, it's coming up with the MCU here. By all accounts, he is. He's a character in it. I don't know how this is going to be incorporated. I'm not anywhere near knowledgeable enough in the actual comic book side of things. But yeah, he's let the cat out the bag. This is what he's had to say. Look at this fucking website. What is going on here? There we go. This is what Russell had to say. Of course, he was spotted over in Australia because he's Australian, shock horror, but he was with the cast of Thor Love and Thunder at a game. Lucky bastards, the Australians. They're opened up, and they have been for about a year. Wish I was Australian. Without the spiders. I hate spiders. Terrified of them. Don't like the spiders at all. It was rumoured he was going to be in the movie, and we know that the likes of I don't know who else. It's Sam Neill, is it, from Jurassic Park? He's going to be in the movie. Jeff Goldblum's rumoured to be in the movie. He was with Sam Neill. It is Sam Neill, isn't it? Mr. Shelby. That's who he played in Peaky Blinders, incidentally. That's who I think about now, not Jurassic Park. But look, this is what Russell had to say anyway. He had this to say: I'm going to get on my bicycle. I'm going to ride up Disney Fox Studios. And around about 9:15 I shall be Zeus. It's for Thor. It's my last day of Zeusing about, and I'm going to enjoy it. Well, look, Zeus has been in my life the last couple of days because I've just been acquainted with pre-workouts in my actual bodybuilding phase. And I call it the Zeus juice because it gives you godlike strength. You find reps that don't exist on that pre-workout. So I'm well connected with Zeus. I feel like I'm Zeusing about. So I'm on board the Zeus train here. And I'm well happy about it, I tell you, because I spoke about this on a previous show. Russell Crowe rumoured to be playing a character, and I just hoped he wasn't going to be a fake actor in it, or a fake character acting in the sort of theatre thing they do in it that Taika done in Ragnarok. I hoped that with a guy of his standing, of his ability, we'd be giving him a good character to get his teeth into, because look, we've got the likes of Christian Bale in this movie, and it's going to be dynamite. He's in this movie, isn't he, Christian Bale? God the God Butcher, I think he's playing. So you don't ruin that guy's ability, you don't misuse him by having him playing some shitey character. You bring him in and play fucking Zeus. That's the type of character you play. Mike said, what about Russell Crowe playing Zeus in Thor 4? Is Russell going to be Zeus in an Asgardian play? Or is... Oh, he could be. That's a shout, by the way. Oh, that is a shout. I didn't think of that. I think that's probably what's going to happen now. You've just downed me immediately. You've killed me. Or is he going to be in a flashback? Or is he going to be fighting alongside with Thor? Oh, wow, you're covering that now. Yes, you've just ended me there, man. I didn't even think about him playing Zeus in a play. I just says I hope he wasn't misused and put in a play like Matt Damon and Melissa McCarthy and Sam Neill. That'd be fucking shite, wouldn't it? Luke Hemsworth as well, I think. The little short Hemsworth brother. Little midget brother. It's not short, man. He's like 5'10". Just those other guys are fucking giants. I hope he's not playing Zeus in the play. But it's looking more likely, isn't it? He's a bit fat, isn't he, just now, Russell? So he's not in the shape to actually play a god unless they're heavily CGIing him down. And the fact he's saying he's riding up in his bicycle, it's his last day of Zeusing about, it makes me think that he's perhaps playing a minor cameo role and it's going to be in this play. I hope not, though, man. I hope he does. I hope he's fighting alongside Thor. Look, you maybe know better than me, man, how Zeus would fit into this universe. That'd be dynamite, man, seeing Zeus. He's a very powerful god, isn't he? I don't know who the villain... Well, God the God Butcher's going to be the villain, so it would make sense, wouldn't it? This guy goes after gods, so it'd be very interesting to see multiple gods taking them on. I'm still holding out hope that Loki comes into this as well. I'm holding out hope that he's going to come back via the Loki TV show and make an appearance in this. He's working with the Time Variance Authority. They somehow prop him back in, and he works alongside Thor to take down God the God Butcher. I think that'd be absolutely incredible. If they bring them back, they as well bring them back with a bang. I don't know, man. I don't know how Zeus is going to work. I'm excited about it, though. I'm glad that he's potentially, I say that again because I'm hoping he's got his teeth in a really prominent role here. And it's not some shitey, theatre, play, Zeus, because that'd be terrible, man. I love Russell Crowe. I think he's amazing. Brilliant actor. Even when he's in joke movies, he elevates the performances around him. And look, Chris Hemsworth knows about that. I'm kidding on, I like the Commander Lord. What was it, the Commander, Master and Commander? I liked that movie, I did. I'm not going to lie. Well, I'm moving on, man. I don't know what's happening with it. He's in it, and I'm excited just to see Russell Crowe in a Marvel movie. I'm excited to see Christian Bale in a Marvel movie playing a villain. We don't get to see Christian playing many villains. It's been probably American Psycho since he last played one, and my God, he's just a great actor, man. He's a loose cannon. He likes to attack people who are changing reels and stuff like that during, or getting in his shot, which he's fucking right about. Director of photography shouldn't be involved in a shot. That's ridiculous. But I love Christian, that's what I'm saying. I'm moving on, man, to the final topic, though. It's all about VG Sethupathi, a guy we have became aware of in the last 6 months or so. A truly great actor, man. And a brilliant guy off the screen. And he's just got such presence. He commands your eyeballs when he's on the screen. And look, I don't know much about Tughlaq Durbar. I'm not going to lie and say I know everything about this movie, but look, I like to speak about a little bit of Indian news from time to time because it does intrigue me. We've been watching a lot of Indian content, and I like to keep my finger on the pulse. By all accounts, this guy's already had another movie skip the theatres because of COVID. And with that second wave, as I spoke about earlier, hitting the subcontinent, they're in a bad way, man. I'm concerned for the Indians. I wish them all the best, man. I've seen some horrendous shots over in Brazil and stuff like that of them run out of oxygen, and I hope that's not the case in India. Hopefully they get it under control. But it's having an adverse impact on the releasing of this guy's movie. This is his second movie to come out this year, and it's going to be skipping theatres, which in a perverse way may actually be a good thing for me and Stephen, because we may actually get access to it immediately and be able to watch and review it, and again, just enjoy this guy's performance. But this is I'll read the first paragraph. I'll not hang around too long in the article because it's just a brief final topic. I don't know enough about the movie to even try and appear knowledgeable. But look, this is what they've had to say. The second wave of COVID-19 has indeed turned worrisome, whilst cinema lovers were happily enjoying films like Master, Sultan, Karnan, and that other one we spoke about lit the cinemas up first 3 days. Others on the big screens. This has made several filmmakers reconsider their decision of releasing the film in theatres. Now, VG Sethupathi's Tughlaq Durbar is the latest one to skip its theatrical release. The makers of Tughlaq Durbar can't find a suitable date for the film to release in theatres, and it will be directly released on OTT. I don't know what that means. I presume that's VOD. With this, Tughlaq Durbar becomes the second film of VG Sethupathi to skip the theatrical release. Man, it's a shame that we've still got this god-awful pandemic impacting on art, on sports, on people's day-to-day life. It's been a year and a half. I just wish it would get to fuck now, to be quite frank. I'm not going to mince my words. It's just a stain on people who want to live freely. Just the masks and all of that. I hate wearing masks. It's all that shite. Honestly, I can't be arsed with it. So the sooner it's away, the better. The sooner that we get this under control in India, the better as well. We get some great actors like Telepathy and Allu Arjun and all of these guys back doing what they do best, making movies. Hopefully, it's a success for them nonetheless when it hits the VOD, OTT, whatever that is. And hopefully the guy continues making movies because I really enjoy his performances. But look, that is going to round up the show, man. I'm done speaking. I'm going to get the dog out for a walk. It's very late here, but I'm crazy and I'm going to do my back weights as well because I'm an absolute cretin. But what is your thoughts on the sort of the topics I've touched upon? What do you make about that Conjuring 3 trailer dropping? What do you make about them stepping away from the traditional template for these movies, the haunted house motif, I think they say in that article? What do you make about them going off and doing different things? Do you agree with me that this is a required change in tact for these movies? They have to freshen it up. There's only so much you can do that setting before it grows stale and we get the same old regurgitated pish. What do you make about A Quiet Place 3 getting touted to have a $30 to $50 million opening weekend? And finally, what do you make about Luke Evans trying to get into James Bond as a role, and Marvel fans try to reignite Iron Man. Everything else you can comment below if you've got anything to say. I'm not going to go through every single topic. You can also like the video if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Hit the follow button over on Twitch if you want to see more of this, and you will get it. And I will thank the likes of Mike and your man on YouTube who commented as well for coming in and commenting, making it a little bit easier to do, because it's always nice when you're having chit chat with people. Thank you for coming in and wasting your time with me. I do appreciate it. But look, until then, man, if you come back, I'll see you. If you don't, that's absolutely fine. Bye bye, guys. Thank you, Mike. I'll not even attempt an Arnie impression there. I was going to, but I'm not going to, because it'd be horrendous. I've not got the voice for it.